I did send them to you via Amazon.
Try
Google Eats.
That's everyone else has got theirs.
Did you empty your house of alcohol after your?
Did you not get your sponsored wine?
Look at this. Look at this.
We got merch, baby.
That's not our merch. We can't. That's what we just go around finding things that have the word "bin" on it, and then we just sell it as
We just claim them. We just claim them.
Yeah, I went on Amazon and I ordered everything that had been on it. Now I have literally 3,000 trash bins in my backyard.
It's the bin fire sale. Everything must go.
Be informed now about all of our merch, and please buy it.
They can buy it all they want. It doesn't go to us. It's not ours. We have to procure it first.
These would do if we were to sell these, but I have to stick a markup on them.
$38 a hat.
Exactly. But I'll sign the shit out of it. Just on the peak, Wayne in Basel.
That's taking $10 off the price.
But
wow.
we know.
Alex, thanks for coming. See you later.
See you guys.
We know that Wayne is prone to sign other people's stuff with his name.
Oh, I know. He's prolific.
I've got phone, man.
I think he's deceased. I think they got a word for it.
Yeah.
You gentlemen ready?
Yeah.
Oh wait, I didn't check to see if we were live on Twitch yet. Hold on.
Oh shit! Yeah, let me get Twitch up.
We are. Okay.
We are. Gotcha.
Ooh, let me host.
Alex, have you got a Twitch account?
I do.
Can you just put the show on there because it just bumps the numbers?
Yeah, bump us up.
Yeah.
Hey,
Or YouTube,
congrats,
or whatever you
X.
wanna.
X got business internet. They have an actual studio now.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Friends of the show, the Utah Outcasts. All right, now we're ready. Ready, Chartan?
Yosh!
Oui, swaswoom.
You got intro, Jen?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, and my dear subjects. It's a Thursday, also known as Bin Day. We are back. We're going to do a lot of fun stuff today. We're going to have so much fun because we have Alex from Guildford with us. Thanks for joining the show, Alex.
Pleasure. Nice to be here.
We're glad to have you. We also, of course, have Lord Wanker of Essex.
This dude right here.
And I'll lower my voice for this. Mikey, how you doing, my friend?
I'm good.
Don't provoke him, Chartan.
I'm good.
No,
my voice is a little rough from last 24 hours, but doing well, Chartan. Asking.
Why have you turned into Bob Ross?
No, is there anything
Actually feel
particular
good.
you'd like to share with the group?
Hey guys, get your vaccines. Wear a mask. I'll post a link for why I was so upset about that later. We'll talk about it in the after show.
So, do you believe that vaccines are gene therapy?
Oh,
Oh no, Chartan. We're not
I'm
even
sorry,
2 minutes in.
you're gonna poke the bear.
I wasn't going to bring this in already, but I don't believe they're gene therapy, but I think they're the mark of the beast.
Now, see that now that I agree with. I stole this joke from X, but he was like, he was getting asked. He's like, oh, because he got his jab, and they're like, which one you get, Pfizer, or Moderna? He's like, Microsoft. I was like, oh, that's good. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my PlayStation controller and start moving you around.
Hey, what the fuck? Get off.
Yeah.
Stop
Wow.
it.
Yeah, if Apple made one, you know that I'll buy it.
Of course you will.
You'd have 5 of them.
Yeah, I'll have everyone.
If Apple made one, it would run out of battery halfully through the day, and you'd have to upgrade.
Yeah. You have to buy a special
system update.
You have to get a special charger.
It's actually funny that you said that because the first thing that popped up on my computer when I signed in today was like, your updates are ready and will be installed later tonight. Like, Jesus Christ, how many updates does this new OS need?
All of them.
And your computer slowly melts through your table as it heats up.
No, it's incredible. Like since they released Big Sur, like Big Sur must have been a shit show for Apple because there are new updates endlessly. Every time I turn on my computer, it's like new update ready to be installed. Jesus Christ!
I have to.
Anyway, should we get the show on the road?
I think we owe Jenna a explanation because she just asked, "Hey, where's Brenna?"
We couldn't scrum up enough money to bail her out of jail. Not in time for the show.
No. Brenna is now going by the pronoun of Alex. She's moved to Guildford.
Brenna identifies as Alex.
She's gone transatlantic. She's left Orange County for the stockholder belt of Surrey, and now she's here.
And I'm a lot
he's
cheaper.
here. You are a lot cheaper now.
I'm so glad it was you guys who said that because Brenna's gonna tear you two up.
We're good. Well,
Tons of
Mikey's all gonna.
Tons of mice. Edit that out.
Yeah. Right now, Brenna's not watching.
She's definitely not watching. Definitely.
Yeah.
There's no way that she's watching right now. There's no way.
What are we all drinking?
I'm drinking a bottle of Ice Mountain water because I ran out of alcohol yesterday and I don't feel like opening a bottle of wine.
No, I'm not surprised you ran out of alcohol after your shenanigans. Jatan.
I'm having a beer, but I'm in about 2 sips. I'm gonna go get myself a bottle of wine.
Excellent. Alex?
Robinson's Fruit Creation.
Oh, you're so British.
Most British thing I've
Hang
ever
on a
heard.
minute, is Wimbledon on?
I was waiting
If you
for a
had
tut-tut.
It's one of their new flavors.
And if you,
Oh,
you
wow.
were sitting there chugging that Marmite on toast, like it would be a fucking picture.
Marmite on a crumpet.
I remember this story. I met a girl at a party once. She had a terrible allergic reaction to yeast, but she was addicted to Marmite, and she used to eat it and then come out in a horrendous rash. So that's love for you.
Oh my god!
Is that just a bottle of Marmite? Just in liquid form.
No,
this is the Robinson's Fruit Creation.
That's Bovril.
It looks
That's next level.
It looks like one of those bottles from the rec room fucking water cooler.
Oh, this is the latest fashion in the gym. So you've got to carry around a 2.5 litre bottle of what's it not to fit in.
Gotta have my
Wayne knows all about it.
Yeah, but what you've got to have is your BCAAs in there. Otherwise, you ain't proper. Really, it's just coloured water.
What's BCAAs?
I know these people. I know how they're getting on. Branched chain amino acids.
It's been years since I set my foot in the gym, dude.
It's been a couple of hours.
I think when I was delivering for Uber
Interesting,
Eats,
you
I had
won't
to
know
go
the
to a
difference
gym just to
between
drop
Josh
off some
and,
food.
Wade.
Oh, hang on a minute. Say that again.
Say again.
Oh, I said the last time I was
go
at a
ahead,
gym, I had to drop off food with Uber Eats. So I walked in, gave the guy a Subway, and then walked out.
No, I mean I'm in there. I'm trying to get this fat piece of shit down to a respectable weight before my 40th. And I mentioned before I'm having a challenge with Steve from Going in Raw. He's trying to lose some weight, and I'm trying to lose some weight. So we're kind of having this little jousting match. Who can lose the quickest? I'm in the gym twice a day now, so
I might have to start.
Lost a stone already.
I might have to start doing that because me and Mrs. Famine are planning our cruise, and now she wants to do this like beachside ceremony thing, and I was like, "Oh, that'll be fun." And then she's like, "Yeah, we'll get a camera person." I was like,
Can I just be drawn in?
Probably not from the neck up. Is that what you're saying? Be a full body shot, you're thinking?
Can we get one of them like courtroom artists just to
sketch me like your French girls?
Oh, that's a deep fucking reference.
Wow.
All right. I've got the mental image of you lying in the
I'm on a
sofa like in Titanic now.
No,
He's on a
Jack
chaise
starts
lounge.
drawing you.
no, it's an island thing, so I'd be in a hammock, just like a hammock like this,
Wearing nothing but a big moody stone between his pecs.
and a puka shell necklace.
God.
I know, Wayne. I know you had at least 10 puka shell necklaces. At least.
Nah, man. Nah.
I could see you, or yeah, with you like a vest, like a leather vest and a puka shell necklace. Like, all right, where's some clubs
To be
at?
fair, I did go through a stage of wearing all of the Top Man bracelets. Like, I'd have like bracelets all the way up here, and I thought I was some double R sex god when I just looked like a walking advert for wankers. How dare you try and mimic Brandon Flowers, the legend of Mr. Brightside fame?
I mean, you are a Muse fan, or the Muse fan.
Oh, what was that? Did he just
Mikey.
try and say that the lead singer of the Killers is in Muse?
No, don't. Right, it's going off the rails already. Mikey,
No,
do you want me to go to? Do you want me to go to DEFCON 1? Because you get in there. You get in there.
At this point, I'm here for all the smoke. I'm here to fight with everybody. I have had the worst week online ever. So I am ready to fight with everyone. Speaking of worst weeks ever, speaking of being online and tragedies happening, Wayne, Garthan's out getting a bottle of wine. It's up to you. I need you to pull up that link for me. You can do it, Wayne. It's in the private chat. You got this. I believe in you, Wayne.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm there.
While he's doing that, I just want to congratulate.
Jesus.
Oh, here we go.
No, I've the cookies thing's just come up, so I've got to get rid of that.
So it's now the 13th of May. It has officially been illegal to tell people in Sweden to go kill themselves for 13 days, and I'm still out and about. I'm still a free man.
Won't be long. Won't be long.
But yep.
Sure.
I think I'm losing my internet.
Mikey, do you want to do it?
I can't.
Yes, you're.
All right, it's your turn. You're on.
All right. The link, of course. The pipeline thing, right?
Yeah.
So, Alex, welcome to the Professional BIM Podcast. This is how the sausage is made.
No, I'm good at this stuff. Ta-da!
Boom.
Boom sauce.
So, Mikey, what is this story all about, sir?
I'm right now Apple paying my cable bill because I think they're upset with me, and there's I'm using quite a bit, and I forgot to do that this morning. So let's see if this doesn't right the ship.
This is the equivalent of putting 50p in the meter just before the electric runs out.
Literally. There we go. They should calm down.
Does anyone
now.
understand that reference?
50p in the parking meter?
Yeah. Well, we used to have electric meters where you have to put 50p in to have a chunk of electric. Then you had a timer. Once that timer ran out, you had to put another 50p in. Like, it was
For
proper.
the electric?
When you're, yeah. All of us poors over here, that's what we used to have to run with.
And then a man used to come and collect it every so often, didn't he?
Yeah, and you used to see him, watch him, count it all up, put it in a bucket, and he was clearly skimming. Clearly skimming.
50 for you, 50 for me. 50 for you, 50 for me.
Exactly that. That was the job to get from school. It's like legal theft.
So there's a bit of a gas crisis on the East Coast right now in southern Georgia and northern Florida because some fucking hackers they took a company hostage and hacked their fucking entire
America.
They hacked their computers for the pipeline and said we're not giving it back unless you give us $5 million. And the fuckers paid.
Wow.
But dude, let me tell you.
This is why you don't negotiate with terrorists.
Dude, for $5 million. That's it? That is
You know
like
what?
that
You
is
know
like
what?
not even enough to get a good enough lawyer to get yourself out of the legal trouble that this could cause. Like it's not even
I
enough.
guarantee this is like a couple of kids messing around on like fucking Minecraft going, should we see if we can hack someone? Oh, we did. Oh, let's pick a number. 5 million. They paid it.
But I do believe that I heard somewhere that this happens quite often.
Yeah.
And usually the companies just pay because that's easier, and then they sort out the problems afterwards.
Yeah, I think they probably pay because it means they can save face. If they can keep it all hush hush, it means that their stockholders ain't going to see, that their system is compromised and withdraw their money. So they probably do it just as like hush money more than anything.
Yeah. I just love it. I think it's hilarious. I think all these people that love capitalism, all you big capitalist nuts, there's nothing wrong with just hijacking a company and holding all of their technology hostage till they pay. And that's thanks to our friends over in Russia. Way to go, Russia. Because the people who were immediately told, okay, there's going to be some disruption of gasoline deliveries, so don't panic buy.
I tell you what, if Chelsea make a marquee signing this summer, this is where the money's come from. Because they're owned by Roman Abramovich, who is a Russian person.
Oligarch.
But I don't want to.
Does anyone know why it's called the Colonial Pipeline? What's the?
A lot of stuff's named Colonial around here.
Is it really?
Yeah, especially on the East Coast.
Oh,
it's just a thing.
The East Coast is where we turned up, invented America, and then they just told us to do one. Eventually, 76.
Glad you did though.
And you're welcome, Mikey. You're welcome.
Glad you did.
You look after it over there. We'll be back soon.
Like why?
Cap in hand, please, sir. Can we have some more?
All right. Well, and the other, you can pull the article down. That's good. And if we can pop that in the chat for me, please and thank you, so everybody can check it out and read the whole thing. Because for whatever reason, I'm on Wi-Fi as opposed to my Ethernet cable, so I think the cat must unplug something. So I'm gonna dip out and do that. But
the cat unplugged the cat.
The
Alex, you can come more often.
Good in, Alex. Good in. Cat 6. Damn it. But people have been panic buying, even though they weren't supposed to. They bought all of the gas from all of the gas stations, all of it.
Can we show that video?
No, we can't show videos. But if you guys want to pull up a couple of pictures while I sort this out, it is unbelievable the levels of stupidity that people have gone to. Like, first of all, if anybody's watching this and they plan on panic buying gasoline, there's only a certain kind. If you've never seen Breaking Bad, there's only certain kinds of plastics that are used for holding corrosive materials, such as gasoline.
Yeah.
Plastic garbage bags are not a good. No. I'm Alex. It's like
I saw that, and I was like, "What is that?" I thought it was an American, and it made perfect sense.
Yeah, they were filling garbage bags. Garbage bags with gasoline.
It was leaking out of the bag, wasn't it? As she was filling it up.
It doesn't even what you can get 2 miles down the road. It's gonna eat that bag. So now you have a trunk full of gasoline. What are you gonna do with a trunk full of gasoline? It doesn't just seep into the gas tank. I don't even know how. Like, how would you even get it out? How did it spill everywhere?
I'm just gonna put this in the chat. Our chat.
All right. Let me go sort this internet thing out. Be right back.
Right. So, if anyone wants an example, it's just right there in our private chat of literal bags, shopping bags of gasoline, or as we say over here, petrol. In bags, in people's boots. They're filling up bags. Like, it's like me getting a black sack from your kitchen cupboard here, or kitchen drawer, going to the BP, filling it up with a bit of diesel, chucking it in the boot of my van. Oh, that'd be fine. But what possesses people to think, like, to have that mentality to go, oh, that'd be all right? this thing that's normally held in a metal container within my vehicle, I can put in a bag. It's just liquid. It beggars belief.
It reminds
Zlatan.
me of when did you ever? There was a pipeline. I think it was in Mexico that got attacked and was spewing out petrol in the fields, and the locals ran and were collecting it, and it then ignited, and hundreds of people were burnt alive.
I need to find that story. That's
Oh,
brilliant.
it's horrendous. It just people.
Oh.
You just saw this. It was very, very distressing seeing that. But, sort of a similar instance where it's almost like this panic of, oh, look, there's all this free fuel. We'll go and get it. And they were obviously covered in the petrol as it was coming out. And it ignited. And that was that.
And this is all so weird to me because, like, my first, like, manager job was I used to manage a gas station when I was, like, 18, right? You have no idea how many people I had to stop from smoking, from setting my trash cans on fire because they would flick the butts into the trash can like it was a fucking ashtray. Yeah. People with like pickup trucks just putting the nozzle. Oh Jesus! Putting the nozzle into the truck bed with the container in there. Like, no, you have to put it on the ground, man. You're gonna spark. No, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I just need to get a little bit of gas, so I'm gonna put it in this milk jug. No, you can't put it in a milk jug. That's the wrong kind of plastic. No, I know what I'm doing. Like, people are this dumb.
Yeah. No, I've just found the article that Alex was referring to. No, it was January 18th, 2019. A pipeline transporting gasoline exploded. Wow. Yeah, the leak was reported at 1704. The reason I've skipped over a bit is because I can't pronounce the name of the town.
Spell it.
TIAHUELIPAN.
One more time. I'm sorry. TIAHUEL.
Yeah, ELIPAN.
IPAN. Tiahuaylapan.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a clue on that, mate. But yeah, wow.
And I remember seeing a video where it actually was very, very graphic.
Yeah, just emulated.
That live leak isn't online anymore. That's quite annoying.
What, live leak's been taken down?
Well, it's not called live leak anymore.
Taken down by the man.
Wow. Imagine having a website taken down by someone else. So, not mentioning any names, Mikey.
I just want to see some sources, man. That's all I want. I just want some sources. So, public service announcement. Do not hoard gasoline and do not fucking put it in plastic bags. That's not how gasoline works.
This is not a suitable vessel for transporting petrol, gasoline, whatever you want to call it.
Neither is this.
Right? Or diesel.
Neither is this. Wrong plastic, fuckers. Wrong plastic. It won't work. What is it? Where's the other one? I got props today. This doesn't work either. Wrong plastic.
Why have you got these things just under your desk?
Look, man, I do stuff.
Don't ask.
Don't ask questions you're not ready for the answer for. I have to stream for a very long time sometimes.
If he pulls up some pelts, I'm out.
Because that would be bad, right? That would be bad.
Yeah. If you pull up, like, I don't know, an effigy of Pastor Sam or just a skin suit.
I got that.
Wow. And more on that in the after show. See, I've done a little bait and teaser.
Ooh. No, I don't have any people full of their own shit in there. Sorry.
No, we're all present and accounted for right here.
God. All right. Let's do Zlatan. You go next, and then we'll go with Wayne because I think Wayne's gonna probably be the bigger one.
Yep.
You think?
Right. Only thing I have is, and I've seen this happen a lot. It's And because I just got in, I haven't pulled up any actual English tweets, but I do have a couple of Swedish ones, but that doesn't matter.
Ooh, is
But
it time for a
it's-
live translation? You know, the ladies love it
Alright.
when you speak.
Mm.
When I speak Swedish.
Oh, it's Swedish? Ah, fuck off. Can't be bothered.
No, I ain't about that.
No, I love Swedish people. I love Dr. Emma. Hi, Dr. Emma. And Dr. Tobias. And Drew.
If it ain't Freddie Ljungberg, I'm not interested.
I can actually do this. I actually do have an article about this.
I'm still on my fucking Wi-Fi for some reason. Oh, what's up?
Yeah, we can see from your resolution. It's
Yeah.
not great. Oh, he's gone. Right, let's talk about him.
That's my thing.
I know. Gimmick infringement right here.
Find your neck in, Wayne.
Oh. Oh no, I'm not having it.
I'm back.
All right.
I'm Mikey Family and I go
Jesus
where I
Christ,
go.
I actually found out. I found an English article. Hey, nice. All right. So,
Excellent.
Oh, boo.
A nice bit of filling there, by the way, everyone.
so just to be perfectly clear, this is just an example of what I want to talk about, and I'll explain. So, Swedish pop star Sara Larsson labeled anti-Semite after calling on apartheid Israel to stop killing Palestinian civilians. Swedish pop sensation Sara Larsson is facing a backlash on social media after criticizing Israel's treatment of Palestinians amid a flare-up of violence in the region. The controversial Instagram post was later removed.
Move your mic in front of your mouth because you turned your head.
Sorry. There we go. In a message to her 6.3 million followers on the platform, the 23-year-old said the ongoing cross-border violence was a crime against the Palestinians. We have to stand up for Jewish people all over the world facing anti-Semitic violence and threats, but we must also call out a state upholding apartheid and killing civilians funded by American dollars. So we are going to talk about Israel-Palestine later, but when she was confronted by this by media in Sweden, she refused to answer questions and said, the only thing I have to say about this is the stuff that is already in my tweet. And this annoys me a lot. When you decide that you want to take part in the public discourse, but you are not willing to take any questions or follow-ups to what you've said. And we see this over and over and over again with celebrities making statements. And when asked questions, like, no, I'm not going to ask questions. I have no comment but the thing that is in my tweet. But you chose to go public. And I don't necessarily disagree with Sara Larsson here, but there are a lot of people spouting, like Gwyneth Paltrow and her ridiculous fucking anti-vaxxer shit.
Oh, dude, come get this vagina candle.
Yeah. And all this shit. And then when confronted with these things that are unscientific, they go like, no, I'm not going to answer anything.
Oh. There we go.
No?
Yeah, better.
Yeah. Yeah, and so when confronted with this, they decide, no, I'm not going to answer any questions about this. My tweet stands for itself. But you can't really do that when you have decided to go out there. I think that you have to answer the criticism. You can't just go and say, no comment.
Yeah.
And if you do that, we should be better at calling out the falsities in this, because I don't know how many fucking Twitter followers Gwyneth Paltrow have. I know that Sara Larsson has 6.3 million people, and if you tell 6.3 million people this, like, you should answer questions about it as well, because you just said something to 6.3 million people, and then you say like, no, I'm done. Like,
I think
tweet stands for itself.
I think if people are on someone's platform that is known for challenging people, then yes. But if you're just posting on your own social media, I think that's different. I think there's a difference. Like, if she would have came on our show and said some shit like that, and I disagreed with it, then I definitely would have fucking called her to the mat. But if it's on her, if it's her Twitter,
preferential.
But if it's on her Twitter, I don't know if I can govern her Twitter for her. I don't know if I can give her rules for her Twitter.
Alex?
I mean, Twitter isn't really a great playground for debate, is it?
No.
Anyway, it's a troll's paradise, frankly, and 140 characters to have a reasonable debate with someone.
Is it back to 140? I thought it was
No,
280.
it's 280 now, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
What's the girl's name again, short then?
Zara
don't
Larson
think
with a Z.
Zara Larson.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Zara Larson.
She was on Sunday Brunch not so long ago even.
How do you spell? Did you say it's Sarah?
Zara Larson.
Zara.
So, just to be clear here, like, I'm not saying that she should answer everybody who comments on this, but when a big media outlet asks you to clarify, I think that you should.
What if I don't like that media outlet?
Yeah,
The point is that every media outlet that has tried to be in contact with her has just gotten it. So then she doesn't like any media outlets. No, she just don't want to be questioned. She don't want to answer questions about her Instagram post.
I mean,
but is that not within her gift to be able to do that? Should someone be forced to answer questions on something they've said, or
I'm
is
not
it just?
saying you should be forced. I'm saying that I think that you have an obligation to.
Yeah, but I think that's where the lines are blurred, because someone can put just a statement and just go, fuck it, mic drop, done. Which there are people that do that. They don't even reply to tweets. They just put a statement out there, walk away from it, and that's the end of the matter as far as they're concerned.
right.
Go on, Mikey.
Because I mean, like I said, like I can't make her talk to me. Like I can't make her answer questions. I can't just force, like if I ask Wayne, what's in your fridge? He says food. All right. He says there's food in there. Wayne has a responsibility to show me what's in there because he said there's something in there. Wayne be like, no, you go do one. I don't have to do shit. And if people are like, hey, you need to explain your tweets. No, I don't.
What happened? What happens if you agreed with what she said?
Then I would have to ask. I don't agree or disagree. I couldn't really hear him all that well. But just in general, well, read it again. Let's see if I agree. Read it again. What was the tweet?
We have just. It was an Instagram post.
Oh, right.
I'm
right,
sorry. I was the one. I got it right. I got it wrong. Sorry. We have to stand up for Jewish people all over the world facing anti-Semitic violence and threats. But we must also call out a state upholding apartheid and killing civilians funded by American dollars. The post ended with the hashtag Free Palestine.
I think that's the problem. I think because the hijacking of that particular hashtag is linked to so many other groups that we're not going to mention on here because we don't want the algorithm to swallow us up and say we're rubbish. But there are other groups that use that particular hashtag that are not very honest actors and are guilty of the accusation that will be labelled or levelled at them. So it's a case of we have to broach this subject with objectivity and language that can be seen as non-committal to one side or the other. It's just about looking at it and going, let's just try and figure out how we can do this and how we can move forward without the constant whataboutery that comes with discussing this particular subject, which leads into my topic, which I really wanted us to properly get into. Because obviously the subject matter that we're talking about currently is the conflicts that are going on in Israel, Palestine, and Gaza. And my take on it is, look, let's just say it is, right? Two-state solution, end of discussion. This is your bit, this is your bit, sharp. Let's kind of, be grown up about it. I know about the history. I know about the emotion. But if we're going to keep doing this, we had a similar thing with the Northern Ireland Troubles. We just said, okay, right, we're going to live together and we're going to do it this way. Are you happy? Yes. Are you happy? Yes. Boom, done. I know that's simplifying it, and I know that there is so much more emotion to it. But as an outside observer, I'm trying to look at it as objectively as I possibly can without trying to incite one side or the other. I'm just trying to...
But one side of it is, if I go to your flat, I put you and your kids out on the street, I say, this is my flat now, Darthan gave it to me, I don't know that you're not mad, and there is no way for you to be like, okay, fine, you get this half of the flat and I get that half of the flat. You just wouldn't agree. You just wouldn't agree to a two-state solution. You know what I mean? And I think that's why it's persisted for so long. It's because, like, you're displacing me. I don't want to be displaced. I don't agree to being displaced.
I totally agree with you. But what I'm trying to say is, moving forward, it has to be a case of, right, this has happened, right? Let's just stop it now, right? No more of that. No more of that. Let's move forward with, you know, things as they are, or trying to reclaim certain things, like, because again, I'm being so careful with my language because I don't want to advocate for one side or the other, and I don't want us to get a strike from our affiliates and whatnot. It just, for me, is, this is always going to go on. There's always going to be I mean, even in like Northern Ireland, there are generations of kids that this has not touched at all until this very year, because of things like Brexit, because of our government fucking things up with negotiating with Europe, and stuff has been happening again. And it's like, the Good Friday Agreement, I think was it 96 or 97?
98, wasn't it? 97 or 98. It was after Tony Blair was elected, and he was elected in 97. So I think it was 97.
Yeah. So a lot of my formative years were knowing that the IRA were bombing places, and then in my adult life, it's like, oh, it's all sorted now. And then all of a sudden, Brexit comes along, and all of those emotions bubble to the surface again. And it seems that with what's going on in Israel, it's like things chill, and then all of a sudden, something will provoke someone on one particular side, and they'll always use a "what about" argument, in the sense of, well, you did this, so we're going to do that. And they're like, oh, we only did this because you did that. It's like, how can you resolve this unless you just go, right, there you go. This is how things are going to be from now on. And I think it needs an external force, like, I don't know, the UN.
I had to close my chat app on that thing because I'm bleeding internet here. But Kay in the chat says, try to say the same kind of shit about the relationship between indigenous peoples of North America and the United States. Like they're not agreeing to a two-state solution. They're like, I was already here, and like, that's the bare bones of it. Is as much as we try to, like, all right, there's been a fight, this is fair to both people. There isn't a fair to both people we can come up with that doesn't displace somebody who feels like they're being displaced. You know what I mean? So it's like, I get Israel's trying to do their thing, but it's like, dude, you can't be on somebody else's land and say, I have a right to be here because the UN said I have a right to be here. The UN fucked up. Massively fucked up. Massively.
We in the UK and in America, we bear a lot of responsibility for what's going on over there.
Yep.
Because we just here you go, have that. And the people that were already there were like, hold on a fucking minute.
Yeah.
That's Jim's house. Who are you?
He said, I'm coming in. I was given this house. And it's just the wildest thing.
I know I'm simplifying it, but I'm simplifying it because I don't have any emotional attachment to that particular part of the world, and I'm just kind of looking at it as an outside observer. And yes, what I'm saying may be offensive to people, but I'm not meaning it to be. I'm just kind of looking at what I can see and going, well, if we did this, would that work? No, okay, and then it starts a framework of how we can resolve it. But when we just start chucking stuff at each other, they ain't resolving shit.
There is an irony, though, in the fact that you're only discussing it now because people have started chucking stuff at each other. Last week, no one cared. You were just going about your life. But the people who live there, they live with it every single day. And it's, I almost feel a bit disingenuous talking about things that we only care about because things are going really, really bad at the moment.
Yeah.
And in a week's time, here's what I find ironic. Do you remember a week or 2 weeks ago, India was all over the news about how many people were dying in India, how many deaths there were daily from COVID.
Yeah, they're fine.
Did you hear
now.
anything this week?
They're fine now.
Has it gone away? No, it hasn't.
No. It's because
No, but I just have to say this. So, Alex, it was great to have you on, but you have to take your reasonable opinions and your logic and leave.
Oh, can we
Sorry.
get a disclaimer
I'll
thing?
adopt a further position.
Can we get a disclaimer for Alex that says Alex's facts will not be taken seriously at any point during the broadcast? We apologize.
facts don't care about your emotions.
Oh my God! Do not do it, Wayne. Don't do it, man. Don't do it, man.
I just did.
I don't have the internet for this. I got Wayne's
Let me get
internet
something
from a
to
few
drink.
weeks.
Maybe I'll loosen up a little bit.
All right,
Alex is getting
Jartan.
on the sauce now.
All right, Jartan, solve Israel-Palestine. Go ahead. You got 30 seconds.
No, you go first.
I already did.
Give me a second.
You typing in the chat?
Yeah, no.
Oh, wait. Hold on, Alex. What you got there? What you drinking?
Oh, well, this was a present
clandestine.
from my neighbours. They recently moved into the flat above, and they didn't have Wi-Fi when they moved in, so I shared mine with them, and they rewarded me.
Chateau Neuf de Pep.
Oh, right, wait, you know it is. I already told you yesterday. It's Chateau Neuf de Pape, so they've got fine taste.
So, what kind of wine is it?
Wow.
What
Sorry,
kind?
Mikey. Did Mikey just ask what type of wine is Chateau Neuf de Pape?
Yeah.
It's legendary.
It's red wine.
No, it's a legendary wine. We've got a show over here called Only Fools and Horses, right?
Okay.
And Del Boy, the main character, was always banging on about Chateau Neuf de Pape, as in this is the top bollocks of all wines. I mean, it is.
Thank you for that disclaimer. So it's Brenner.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You transitioned.
That's not a joke. We don't joke about people transitioning. Bad Wayne.
No, all right. So
amazing.
It was
Israel,
in reference
Palestine.
to, you know, what it was in reference.
All right. So Israel, Palestine. My take on it is that it could have been easily solved. We have to remember that Israel was founded because of the Second World War, I think 1948, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And they were given land from a different country, and the people who lived there got forced out. I don't know any country that would accept that sort of a solution on their land without there being a conflict. On that note, yes, I know that the Palestinians, the PLO has done quite horrible stuff.
I don't think the PLO are in existence anymore. It's Hamas now.
Yeah, no, but it used to be PLO.
Okay.
None of that excuses what Israel has done. I don't know what the solution to this conflict would be. It's way beyond me.
Can
Can I say something controversial?
Go on.
Because I've been thinking, is it controversial to say that both are as bad as each other?
Yes, in an objective way, because it's like if one is seen as having a club and the other one is seen as having a knife, then yeah. But again, this is where the emotion comes into it, because there were people already there. There were people that were moved there or moved back there according to, depended on scriptures and whatnot. But one had a big super boost, like they got a mushroom from Super Mario, and they just whoop, and the other just got stomped on quite a bit. So it's again, I'm trying to be so careful with my language.
But maybe I can ask another simple question then.
Yeah.
If this was two children
Mm-hmm.
in a playground, what would you advise the solution to be?
Suicide? No, I'm
No, you're not allowed that in Sweden. Sorry.
Shit.
Just to remind
13
you.
days.
Oh,
Oh no, serious. Because sometimes
as a parent, right, I've got a big girl and a little girl. If the big girl was being naughty to the little girl, I would separate them. You go over there. You go over there. Give her a telling off. You stay away from her. End of. And again, this is very simple to a very complicated issue.
But I think we're kind of being a bit dismissive when we're talking about two children having a fight. Like, this isn't two children; these are two populations. So I think we got to keep some level of gravitas to this whole thing. We don't want to belittle the situation by trying to simplify it. Like, we have to talk about it.
Is it two populations though? Is it two populations or just people in power with the ability to do what they want? Because the average Joe on the street, they're the ones paying the price, aren't they?
Yeah, they're the ones catching the mortars.
Yeah,
it's not the politicians, is it? It's not the ones who send in the rockets. It's the average person.
If I would have to take sides in this, my side would be Palestine. Well, my side in this conflict is Palestine. To my knowledge, I don't think that Palestine or the Palestinians have tried to occupy any territory. They have not tried to take any more territory than they originally had. Israel, on the other hand, have. So even though it's a immensely fucking complicated situation, I feel like
massively emotive as well. So
Israel is the aggressor. They were not happy with the land that it had, and they tried to take land, more land than they originally had, and so my side will always be Palestine. I will always side with Palestine, but what the solution is more. It's so complex. I don't know what, but
And just to touch on something you said before, Alex, what you said before, America does talk about this a lot because America funds them. Like our military treats Israel as our one and only friend in the Middle East, so we pump all of our big spending right into their country. We just pump the money right in. And
the Israeli lobby is the Israeli lobby, and I stress Israeli lobby is massive in Washington.
But then if you say, okay, I don't think we should send that money to Israel because that makes us pick a side, then you get accused of certain hate crimes, right? Then they say that you don't care about this group of people, right? And so now so it's like, well, we got to keep giving them money or we're the baddie. It's like, yeah, but they're using that money to do demonstrably bad things. So now what? So they're like, now I'm a taxpayer. I funded that.
Yeah.
Like, that's the responsibility that we have to take with these things. So
you're right. Well, I mean, to give you another context, we in Britain we fund Saudi Arabia.
I think I got called a patronising limey something, but for calling.
Oh fuck. Yeah, excellent. That's why I was like, oh, let's not call them children. That's kind of mad disrespectful.
I wasn't calling them. I wasn't calling them children. I was saying.
No, you're using an analogy. That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Yeah, I just think that they felt like it was very patronizing to use that as use children as an analogy for an entire people and such a complicated fucking question.
That's a good shot, though. I don't think
but-
I don't think any of us are married to that analogy. So it's a good shout. Good call out, Kay.
no.
Good call out.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
let's just move. Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's just like, as I'm saying, we over here fund Saudi Arabia. We sell them all loads of stuff. We give them money, and yet they're doing abhorrent things. Do you hear any of that in the media? No. Why? Because of these little backroom deals and secret handshakes and the money that goes through London and whatnot. Same with Russia. And we say nothing about it. We send sport over there to, generate revenue. I mean, recently announced is the Joshua Fury fight that's going to be happening there in August.
It's happening.
All right. Yeah. Eddie Hearn announced it. Was it yesterday or the day before, Alex?
I don't really follow boxing.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
They don't have boxing in Guildford.
It's a vulgar sport. It's a vulgar sport.
No,
we prefer rowing
they have fencing and crown green bowling.
and lacrosse.
Oh, and lacrosse. Yeah, of course you do. Okay, now.
All right. Before we move on, because we are going to debate this a bit more before we leave, but swoosh. Who's doing mid-roll? Who's doing a Brenner?
I did it last
Mikey.
time. I did
No,
it last
Mikey
time.
can't do it because
My computer's dying.
no, what? No, Mike is old. This
All right, Jartan, you do it because I ain't got anything ready up here.
All right. Okay. All right.
Make yourself big. Make yourself big. Go on, son.
I'm doing it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Brenna. I think I'm 25 years old. I live in California.
Look at this brown noser.
I brought you an apple, teacher.
Fuck out of here. Beat your ass in the playground.
If you want, all right, shut the fuck up. If you want to support the show, go to patreon.com/TheBinPodcast and get your pledges in. We have 20 pimps, but if you are not in a financial position to support us in that way, please do subscribe, click like, thumbs down for me and thumbs up for Mikey.
Brenna, for Brenna, enough thumbs up and we can bail her out of jail.
Yeah. Enough thumbs up, and we can bail Bren out of jail finally. And if you want her to stay there, it's thumbs down. Interaction is interaction. And thank you so much for being here. It's fantastic that you are so engaged in the chat. We love all you guys. So once again, patreon.com/TheBinPodcast. Don't be a freeloader. We spend a lot of time doing this. And Daddy needs to get paid.
Oh, that's grim.
That's yuck.
Imagine there's some poor human that's had to hear that in their
I feel
ear
dirty.
at some point. Yeah.
I mean, that's tantamount to saying moist.
Oh.
Don't say moist. I fucking hate that.
What about panties?
Panties, I don't mind.
That's all right.
Okay, well, what about moist panty?
No.
The word that gets me is just discharge.
This-
Hang on, these are words that sound nasty but are nice.
Yeah, you can leave hospital. What's going on?
Yeah.
What are you thinking about?
Yeah, like when you're done in the military, you get discharged.
Like Jenna just typed moist in the chat, and I'm like, I hate that word so much. Like just reading it makes me feel like ah.
Are you thinking of this hand?
Oh, come on, Wayne.
Oh.
Oh, what's this? I just got an email from Patreon. We lost every single one of our patrons.
Oh, here we go. Moist charge. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh,
I think we've been discharged from the internet.
Oh shit.
well, thanks for listening to the
You
Ben
started
Moistcast.
Welcome to the Weird Word podcast tonight with.
Wow. This went south quick, as per.
I'm like, yeah. Why do you sound surprised?
Yeah, I'm not.
Anyway, the Middle East.
Yeah.
where were we?
back
Wow.
into you can tell we were just like
We're back in the room.
we're like, oh, let's talk about anything except for Israel Palestine because it's just so
Yeah, it's a fucking minefield, and that's why I was going like, no, let's move on because Alex
Yeah,
did
go on.
have a good point. We weren't talking about it last week. We weren't talking about it 2 weeks ago. This conflict has been going on since the mid 20th century, right?
Yeah.
And we don't really talk about it unless something's going on. But the conflict has been there all of the time, and fuck you, Blue. Drink that moist charge.
Is that our fault, or is it again? We are led by the news cycle, so we're talking about the stuff that we perceive to be relevant because it's in our sphere of information at that time.
right.
So, like you're saying about India a couple of weeks ago, all of a sudden now over here we're talking about social care, right? The social care crisis over here has been going on for fucking ever since, I don't know, Maggie Thatcher came along, but only now, and this is why I'm very suspicious, the right-wing media are talking about social care, which makes me think that there's an ulterior motive with regards to money. So can we be blamed for not caring about a certain subject if in our sphere of news we're not talking about that?
But
Because
I think
we don't care unless we're stimulated by it. Is
I
that a fair comment?
I don't know that it's a don't care thing because I don't think any of us don't care about the Middle East. That's not the thing. It's just what can we do as a person? Like what can these conversations, what fruit can they bear? Like what can we actually do about this? And I think that's the frustrating bit. And I mean, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that everybody is perfect angels in all situations, but it's like I can't even do anything about this. Like India is in a full-on crisis. I can't do anything about that. And it's frustrating because you just want to like, okay, let's send over vaccine, let's send over water, let's send over oxygen, let's do that. I can't do that. And it's you feel a bit helpless. Or a bit.
Sorry. I was just going to go a bit rose-tinted glasses. I'll give you another analogy. Maybe this one won't get trashed so much. Do you know when you're in a busy city, you're passing hundreds of people every single day and you don't give it a second thought who you've passed? But I sometimes like to think if you were stranded somewhere and you hadn't seen another human being for months, and then you came across another human being, would you walk past them like you would all these other people? You wouldn't, would you? You would actually stop and interact with that person because it's the first human that you've seen in months. I sometimes think because we get so used to just living our lives, we take each other for granted. And it's true, we can't affect the situation in India or in Palestine and Israel, but we do have control over the people that we do meet every single day. And we then can get a bit distracted, can't we, about discussing this and it's on our minds and we think we have a valid opinion, but we really can change it. I know this is a bit but we do have power over making the people around us as happy as possible. And if everyone applied that logic, we wouldn't have this situation.
No, that's a fair comment. And I think, again, to go back to something we've discussed about the commercialization of news and it being just fear porn and whatnot, I think we can get we're all guilty of it. Yeah, we all get sucked into it, and so we do it week in, week out. We'll discuss the subjects of the day, but then a week later, something else in the news cycle comes up, and we're talking about that. So unless it's something that affects us directly, do we really care on a day-to-day to do something actively to try and alleviate that problem? Or is it just a case of this is the subject matter of the day, let's think about that, and then the next day we move on?
Yes, and I'm 2 points. I'm going to first address. Okay, do you cease to care about like climate change just because you don't talk about it every week. No, of course you don't. It's climate change is very much there as the Israel-Palestine conflict. It's very much there even if you don't talk about it.
Yeah.
The problem I have with talking about if we were to have an actually in-depth talk about the Israel-Palestine, I would actually like to have somebody who knows a lot more about that conflict than we do, because this is a lot of guesswork at least on my part. I only know, what I've read about it, but I know very, very little on the actual things about it, and that's why I'm having a very hard time talking about it. So if somebody knows somebody who does
for sure.
have some sort of expertise in this field, please let us know in the chat or send us an email, TheBinPodcast@gmail.com, and let us know, and we'll try to get in contact with that person to have an actual in-depth conversation about this.
Right.
But I want to move on from that because I know too little about it. And
but the thing is, Jartan, this is the mantra of our entire show. We have people on that know more shit about a subject than we do, and we sit there and go, we don't know, please teach us. Look at all of our guests that we've had. Poor Alex.
Well, I'm happy to have been invited to talk about Percy Pigs this evening.
No, but what I'm saying is we sit there and we all say that we don't know. We're just speculating on what we can see. If someone has greater knowledge than us, then we bow to their superior knowledge and we learn from them. Right. We don't sit there and say we've got all the answers. We have never done that. So that is a mantra of the show. Be informed now. We want to be informed now.
Every guest that we have on, we just pepper them with questions for an hour and a half until they can't take it anymore. It's like, all right, I'm out of time, guys. Oh no! Just because Ike did that one time doesn't mean you get to bring it back.
So please, we would like to talk more about this, but we would also like to learn more about this. And as I said, if you know somebody and know of somebody that we might get in contact with, I think we'll put a sock in this right now. But I want to get back to it. Like we did when we talked about.
You know who might know? Neil.
Huh? Yeah. Fucking Neil, of course. Neil would know.
Neil might know. Neil might have people over there.
Send out a flare, man. Send out a flare.
We'll do what we can to revisit this and have some more actual historic information about this conflict, and then we might be able to discuss it from a different angle. But we need to talk about one thing.
Go on.
Everyone, hold your breath.
So, Mikey, how do you feel about your show last night?
Which part?
I don't know.
Humidor went great.
Yeah. So, all right. For those of you who haven't, Mikey is also a co-host on a different show called Dig on America. And yesterday they had Pastor Sam Jones or Reverend Sam Jones?
Pastor
Sam Jones. What's the difference between a pastor and a reverend?
I think one's platted at the top and one's crimped at the side. Oh, pastor, not pasty. Sorry.
Jesus Christ. So, and Jenna is right. Last night was a hot mess. It was great.
Fucking brilliant.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed that.
Shall we tease that for the after show?
Ooh, yeah. I'll talk about it in the after show. The after show that's only going to be on Twitch. Only on Twitch. Or are we doing both? You want to do both?
Let's do only Twitch.
Only Twitch.
Do Twitch only, because I think your computer's about to melt through the floor.
I'm going to have to restart it. I thank you, Microsoft, for giving me an update this morning and fucking up everything. And I can't even get my Ethernet cable to work now.
Blah, 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 blah.
Right. So should we wrap?
No.
Oh, we're not rapping.
I'm not done. I'm not done.
Okay.
Go
on then.
Yeah, just give me a second. I'm
No, mate, I'm fucking impatient. Come on, do it now.
All right.
You need to take up some gardening, Wayne, to deal with this impatience. Get yourself a little allotment.
I've got myself too much Jeff Bezos in me. You know what I mean? I want my package now.
So.
Oh, fuck off.
My sister's calling. Give me a second.
No, we're doing the show. No.
We're live, man.
This is very unprofessional.
Yeah. No.
Everyone else's phone's on silent.
No, it's my computer because she's FaceTiming me and everything's like interconnected.
All right. That's because he's got an Apple house. He's got the iHouse. iHome.
Yeah.
And nobody say that.
Google?
Google.
Hey, Google.
No, hey, Siri. Oh, mine's talking.
Google, play Don't Stop Believing by Journey.
No, stop. It'll play it in the show. And then this plays all throughout his house.
All right. So this is the headline of the article. Sweden will get much tougher on immigration. Sweden Democrat leader on end of pariah status.
Ooh.
Denmark was the same way as Sweden, and then it's just changed overnight, and that will happen in Sweden too. Jimmie Åkesson said, which is the leader of the Swedish Democrats, saying that his party would push for an even harsher regime than that of Sweden's neighbor, which has drawn criticism from the United Nations, European Union, and human rights groups for its decision to rule much of Syria safe and then strip Syrians of residency rights. We actually in Sweden need a stricter policy than Denmark because we have much bigger problems. I don't think it's possible to just decrease immigration to Danish levels anymore. We need to take it further. So I'm not going to read the entire article because it's quite long, but
can I get in still?
What he's saying. What?
They going to let me in though, right?
Definitely not.
So this is the thing. He's claiming that the refugees from Syria are pariahs on the Swedish society, which is just demonstrably false.
Yeah.
And there is nothing that supports this. So, yes, we do know that first generation immigrants, the people who come here from a different country, yes, they do cost society money, right? Because they need education, learn the language, integration, need help with housing and all that to get settled. We know that their kids who are born in this country, the second generation, are a zero sum, right? On a statistic level. And we know that their kids, the third generation, are viable, citizens who contribute as in the same way as people who have lived there for generations.
Right.
So this is just demonstrably false. Statistically, this analysis doesn't work. Yes, the first generation, yes, they cost us, but within under 50 years, we have a greater population of people contributing to society. So if you look at it, if you look at it in a 3 or 5 or 10 year perspective, yes, it costs us a bit of money. But if you look at it on 50 years.
Well, yeah, I want to narrow it down so that I could pick on people. I don't want to actually use a grand scale to actually measure the truth of the matter. I just want to barrel it down to like just a couple of years so that I can say, brown man, bad. See, I told you.
But just
but just let me finish here. Because do you think I'm an immigrant in this country? Do you think he's talking about me?
Are you from Syria?
Why is he not talking about me?
I mean, I could guess.
What are their policies on people from Asgard?
The point I'm trying to make is that he's not talking about me because I'm white, because the color of my skin. It doesn't fucking matter that I'm a fucking immigrant and then I moved here from a different country, and right? He's not talking about me. No, he's talking about brown or black people or people who don't look like they're Swedish because they want to go back to 1950s Swedish. But the 1950s were not that great for fucking Swedes.
Zlatan, this is
How the
this
hell
is
y'all
not
get Trump
exclusive
over there?
to- Zlatan, this is not exclusive to Scandinavian countries because the thing is, this is actually this is again the reason I love doing this show because this is the first time that I've heard anyone reporting this in the UK because recently, it was earlier this week, Macron in France announced a very similar policy. So when you started saying that about Sweden, I was like, hang on a minute, but that's also going on in France. And then when you mentioned Denmark, I was like, hold up. But not like Norway, Sweden, and Denmark are held up by the right as these amazing countries where everyone needs to live and we need to be more like them. And there's one reason why that is, especially in the right in America. And you come on here every week and say, I ain't fucking like that at all, son. I'm like, okay, well, I'll take your lived experience over my third-hand reportage that I'm getting. So, I mean, Alex, you're in the UK also.
Well, it depends what way the wind is blowing, because one day it will be Muslim immigrants are making certain cities in Sweden unsafe, and then the next time it's holding up Sweden as this utopia of freedom because they haven't had a lockdown. So depending on what way the wind blows, Sweden is either the model or the pariah. But these restrictions that they're introducing, they're not nothing that they couldn't have done before, are they? They're laws that are set out within the EU standards, aren't they?
No, what are you talking about? The restrictions in
Sweden? Because these are immigrants from outside of the EU, aren't they?
Yeah. So no, but the Danes have gotten around this by saying that Syria is safe. Their government has actually gone out and say, no, Syria is safe. So people from Syria do no longer have the right of protection.
So they can't claim asylum in Denmark.
So they can't claim asylum because the Danish government has said that Syria is safe, even though like everybody else, like the EU, United Nations, have said no, it's not safe. But the Danes said it's safe.
I'm just gonna check if Syria is on our green list for holidays. See if we can go there, sit by the beach.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not.
No, it's not. But the Danish government said no, it's safe. So you can no longer come from Syria and claim asylum because you're in danger over there because it's safe. The Danes said it's safe, so it has to be safe. And now the Swedish Democrats want to take that even longer. You have to remember, right now, it's the second biggest party in this country. They have almost, according to the polls, almost 22% of the votes. This might have changed. This is all intel, by the way, so I would have to fact check that. So if I get this wrong, I do apologize, but I'm not going to Google it right now. So it's either the second or the third biggest party. But this party, the Swedish Democrats, used to be called the Swede Party, and then before that, guess what it was called?
Oh, the Golden Dawn.
The Swedish Nazi.
No. The Swedish National Democratic Party.
The Nazi.
Yes, and before that, it was basically just the Nazi party. This is a party that no less than 20 years ago was an actual fucking openly Nazi party, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to live there anymore. How's Norway this time of year?
Yeah. See, the thing is, the word. Sorry, can I just quickly jump in here? Because I just want to jump in there quickly. The word Democrat is misconstrued by so many people internationally because we think of Democrats as in over here, the Liberal Democrats, and in America, the Democrats are to the left of politics. But when it comes to a lot of European countries, the term Democrat means something totally different.
Right.
Especially when you slap the national name in front of it. all of a sudden it's something totally different.
Yeah. So, and I've said this, and I'm going to stand by this. So the moderates and the Christian Democrats have said that if they are willing to have an alliance with the Swedish Democrats to have government power after the last election, and that's next year. That's 2022. If that happens, if we have an actual party in government that is burnt out of Nazism, I am selling my house and I'm moving the fuck back to Norway.
No,
I am not.
Come live here. We're all right. We've got Boris Johnson. Hello, folks.
I'm fucking serious about this, right? I am not going to stay idle in a fucking country if I don't have to that have a Nazi party in government. Please do remember that in 1923, you had the first when Hitler tried to have his first coup in 1932, no less than 9 years later.
Was that before he got banged up? That was before he got banged up, wasn't it?
No, he got banged up in 1923.
Okay.
And he got out of jail in 1928, and then he became.
He seems to know a lot about him.
Yes, I do. And then I think it's 1932 they got elected into parliament, and in 1936 he was made Reich Chancellor of Germany, if I'm not mistaken. So, but here's the deal: he did not have a majority. He only had 32% of the vote, but he was still able to take over that country and create one of the most violent conflicts that this world has ever fucking seen. With only 32% of the vote. I am not standing by. If a Nazi party gets into government in Sweden, I am getting the fuck out and I'm going to stand on the border and I'm not, no.
All right. Let me put this to you then. You're not going to stay and fight. You're going to cut and run.
Yeah.
I'm leaving America as soon as I can.
Wow.
Let me just say this. Fucking 2020 really made it an easy sell to the wifey. Like at first she was like, I don't want to leave. I don't want to do this. And then it was like event after event. She's like, so what is Canada's weather like? Worse than ours? Or I was like, yeah. Out of here. Like I get the want to stay and fight for things, but again, there's not a whole bunch of fighting I'm going to be doing if I'm not in a position to win the fight or participate in the fight in any meaningful way. Then I'll leave the fight, let the fighters fight, and if they win, cool. If they don't, that's why I left in the first place. Like I don't know why. It's like being in an abusive relationship. The answer is not get counseling and that'll help solve everything. The first answer is to get out. You need to leave first. And then you can work out whatever. But I'm not going to just stay here and fucking hope I don't get shot by the cops. Hope that a crazy person is, you know what I'm saying? Like there's no point in staying here just to be in danger. Like that doesn't make sense to me.
But then are you not abandoning like-minded folk that are willing to stand by you in that front in a democratic process? Do you know what? We're not going to win, so what's the fucking point? That's like when you get these like red and blue states. No.
But let me stop you there. I'm not saying that I'm not going to participate in the conflict. That's not what I'm saying. But I can't do that from here because I'm not Swedish, right? So I'm going to go back to Norway. But I'm still going to fight against Nazism, fascism, racism in every way that I can. But if we have that sort of a government, it would be fucking dangerous. You know this, that during Second World War, like the French resistance, where did they go to get training, right? They escaped to the UK, to Britain, to get trained, and then they went back and fought. But you have to get a base ground, and you need to get support to do that fight. If I stay here, let's say, worst case scenario, Swedish Democrats are in government, and all of a sudden, one of the things that they want to do, right, our show, I would not be able to do that. if they were in government. This is one of the things, like, they want to get rid of dissenting votes. And we know that fascist parties want to do this, right? Because they want their story out there. They don't want to have, reasonable opinions and logic. They want to, Alex would have been dead already.
I was about to say, Alex wouldn't make it a day.
No, he wouldn't make it a day. But
Watch out, there's a sniper at his window.
Alex, you got a red thing going up your chest. It's right in the middle of your forehead.
It doesn't brush off.
How do you know I wouldn't make it a day?
All your facts and logic.
Your facts and logic. It doesn't fit into a fascist regime, dude. So the point I'm trying to make is, yes, like, I will always fight against fascism, racism, and Nazism. I will always fight that fight. I will never stop. But it would not be a good place for me to be, and it would also be a protest, because I've been a taxpayer in this fucking country for the last 13 fucking years, and I would leave. I would not contribute to that society anymore if they decide that, hey, we're fine with having fascists in government. I am not staying. I would rather go to a country who says, we settled this in 1945. Nazis are bad.
We drew a line in the sand.
We're divorced now, that's why.
Oh, okay. I mean, I know you only went like 1 kilometre over that way, and you're in Norway.
1 kilometre is fucking 540, dude.
I know, mate. Jesus Christ.
1,500.
Listen to you.
1,500.
Yes,
Same thing.
So tons of mice. Yes, you can have my condo in Florida if I move back to Norway. It's fine.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But they do have a nice flower as their emblem.
They do.
Who?
There's a Swedish Democrat. They got a flower.
Yes.
Oh, really? Oh, see, this is bait and switch, isn't it? Come on,
Even their
smell our
Wikipedia
flower.
page.
Boom.
All right.
National conservative, anti-immigration,
There we
Eurosceptic,
go.
and far right.
I had to ban a bot. Do you want?
Oh, really?
Do you want 1 billion followers? Spam your chat with us.
Oh, that was me. Sorry.
So let me tell you. Let me tell you a story. Right. This
Then we gotta go.
Yeah. Then we gotta go. So
We got 6 minutes until our after show.
Three men went to a comedy show. The comedian, an immigrant, told funny stories about the Swedish Democrats and how racist they are. After this comedy show outside, this comedian got chastised by these 3 men. They started, saying things to him. And because, he's got a big mouth. He's a comedian. He's a stand-up comedian. He yelled back.
Who would ever
girls
do
got
stuff like
involved,
that?
got called fucking bitches and all of that. These 3 men then went out, got an iron bar. Oh, I'm sorry, my friend from the Twitter feud the other day, an aluminum bar, and started running around Stockholm looking for this guy to beat him with this aluminum bar.
I think it's aluminium.
Oh.
Here we go.
I was trying to be nice to our American friends.
They'll never learn if you pound it to their...
So he was running around with his aluminium like fucking stick, and looking for this guy, right?
Was it fucking Qui-Gon Jinn? What's this fucking name?
And
Liam Neeson.
And do you know what happened to these 3 men after this? And do you know how we know this happened? They filmed it. Not a bystander. They filmed it. These 4 men, one of the 4 men, filmed this.
So they filmed themselves going after the fucking comedian.
Yeah, picking up an aluminium fucking bar from like a construction site nearby and going looking for him, like banging on like stuff with that fucking aluminium stick and all that shit.
Were they drunk?
Yes.
Yeah. What happened to them?
They got elected into parliament.
Yep, time to go. Pack up your shit.
Yep.
Pack up all your Googles and all your series and all your shit. It's time to go.
I mean, that's not unusual. We've got a prime minister who was caught trying to get a journalist beaten up. So it's.
Yeah, but have you seen Boris? Come on. That geezer couldn't fight himself out of a wet paper bag.
No. Boris is a fucking genius because he uses his goofy fucking looks to de-weaponize everybody all of the time.
He's a caricature. He's a caricature.
Yes, but it's made on
100%.
purpose.
Of course. I'm totally agreeing with you.
Of course.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's end this. This has been the Bin Podcast. It is Thursday, the 13th of May, 2021. This is Mikey, your Lord Wanker of Essex. We were also had our guest, Alex from Guildford. My name is Shartan. We really miss you, Brenna, and as soon as we have 500 pages, we will get you out. We will get you out of jail. So, Bin Podcast, episode 66. This is it.
Bye.
Bye.
Baker.
Every time.